Tina came on the stage and she was like, "Do you guys know what is vibe coding?" And I'm like, "What is this, like a party or a
It was a
vibe?" She
what a
switched screens and it just created a homepage and
yeah.
with headlines and things like that. And I was like, "What is happening here? This is sorcery. This is not possible."
Yeah, and I'm thinking of now developing something in my previous work as a flight dispatcher. Some people have come up to me to say if I'm willing to work with them on developing AI and flight dispatch.
I am now volunteering at AIGS, which is AI Governance and Safety of Canada. So that is a group which is vouching and pushing the people at the parliament to get the policies and regulations around AI usage, around AI data sovereignty around it. Look at me. In before this, like, I wasn't even using these words. I don't know what happened to me, but I've completely transformed into a new person after this program.
Welcome to the very first episode of Beyond the Algorithm, the AI podcast. My name is Tina Berzowska, and we're here today to talk about unlocking the AI potential. And I can't think of a more meaningful way to begin than with the story that we're going to tell today. AI is often talked about as a technology story, but today we're talking about AI as a confidence story, a leadership story, and a story of women stepping into spaces they may not have thought were built for them. Now, a few weeks ago, Tara and I walked into a room full of women, and most of them hadn't written a single line of code in their lives. By the end of the program, just short 4 weeks later, they stood up and presented their own apps, which they had built from scratch. All of these apps were built with a lot of soul and empathy. They were a result of real lived experiences and solved real problems for women around independence, dignity, support, and opportunity. Now, this episode, I think the main theme will be about that transformation. What happens when women who may not see themselves as technical are given the tools and the encouragement and the opportunity to and the space to build. So it's about AI not just being a technology, but also a bridge between an idea and an outcome, a bridge between self-doubt and confidence, and between lived experiences and innovation. Now, today I'm joined by my incredible co-facilitator, Tara Mishral. Welcome, Tara.
So great to be here, Tina.
Thank you. She was the visionary behind this journey and someone who spent her entire career empowering women through technology and through innovation. And I'm also especially honored to be joined by two extraordinary women from the TechHer Forward program. Our Innovation Challenge winner, Jacqueline DeCosta, who won the Best Overall Solution in the contest, and our Best Creative Solution winner, Shagun Panda, whose work and stories deeply moved Tara and I, and that's why we're here today. So welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for being part of the podcast. Before we talk about AI and apps and journeys, I wanted to just begin with who you are as people and give you a chance to introduce yourselves. So tell us a little bit about who you are and one thing in your life that brings you joy today. And maybe Tara, we'll start with you.
Absolutely. So my name is Tara Mishral, and I've been in tech for almost 25 years. And when I say that, I mean tech leadership, working with products like integration, business intelligence, and AI. And really, the goal of those products were to gather information from data and make evidence-based decisions. But along the way, my true passion has been really being able to help other people on their journey to see the light that's within and follow their purpose and in any way possible. The latest journey here with TechHer Forward, that was created because I think in today's era, technology is and can be quite intimidating if you've never coded or you don't know about AI, especially if you keep hearing out there that AI is taking all the jobs and AI is taking over. I still remember when I watched Terminator for the first time. It can put really scary impressions into people's minds. But with all of the developments in AI and vibe coding and things becoming more accessible, my goal was to help women understand that even if you didn't get a degree in computer sciences, you can leverage technology to empower your life. And that's how TechHer Forward was created. And similar to TechHer Forward, I also didn't go to school for computer science, and I was a director in large multi-billion-dollar firms and a vice president. So if I can do it, anyone can, and that's how the program was created. And of course, Tina, that's why I asked you to join me, because you have a wonderful way of making technology accessible for all and such a wonderful, gentle presence that I think is very inviting and was inviting during our course. One thing that lights me up and that I am proud of, as much as I am multifaceted, I'm a pretty simple person. When I see the light in someone's eye, when they realize they have something within them that they've been holding back, and they find a way to bring it to the forefront and step into their power and their voice and possibilities and see that anyone can really do anything with the right opportunity, that lights me on fire. That drives me. That's my passion. That's my purpose. Everything else is just fun. When that happens, I just, yeah, I feel alive.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Jacqueline, let's introduce you. Tell us a little
Okay.
bit about yourself.
Well, I'm first of all very honored to have this opportunity to talk with you and seeing you again after that wonderful Take Her Forward experience of mine. Um, so I'm a single mother of four children, and they're the highlight of my life. And I was born in Pakistan. I came to live in Quebec when I was very young, in Chicoutimi. And from there, I got a job in aviation in Air Canada, and I was there for many years. I was a flight dispatcher with Air Canada for 21 out of the 33 years that I was there. And before that, I was actually in management of information systems at Concordia University and somewhere in McGill. And this has brought me completely a 360, I should say, because I was actually learning the real code over there. And one little comma or a little semicolon, and the whole program didn't work. So I just abandoned it, and I really wanted to get into at that time in the early 90s, get on board with getting into computers and cybersecurity and all that, and just didn't work out because I just the way that it was presented, it was not for me. But now, after I took this program, I swear, like it has opened up something within me that I knew was there for like many years. But this is like I just talk to it and it does what I need it to do. And so I made this app about something it's extremely important to me. Um, it, it's an app about I don't know if I should continue and talk about it, but
Okay.
Go ahead, Shig.
So, hello, my name is Shagun, and I have been working since past 14 plus years, 8 years specifically in the tech industry, but I did not know how to code. I was not a techie person, mostly a business person. So, project management, business analysis, product ownership, those were my forte. And even though I was working in tech, when AI came in and the AI revolution, evolution, or whatever you may want to call it, I was so scared. And I'm like panicking. I don't know what to do because I don't have any experience with it and it's new for me. Okay, using it for fun, for chat and things like that, it's fine. But when it starts affecting the industries, what do I do? I'm kind of, trying to find my way. And that's when this I don't know, this program was God sent to me on my desktop, and I see this program,
Yeah.
and I have no idea if I should sign up or not. I'm still thinking about it. And that's when I came into this world, only because I entered this program, about which we'll talk later.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been me coming from a non tech background and working to learn, I mean, learning to work with AI through Tara and Tina's program. That has been an amazing journey for me.
Thank you. That's so great to hear. Now, talking about the program, the TechHer Forward, let's introduce, I think, our listeners to what the program was. And Tara, I'm going to turn to you because you were the visionary behind this project. So, can you tell us a little bit about when you first imagined this program? What was the spark? What made you feel like this was needed? What did you notice in the community with women, with technology and AI, that made you feel like this was needed to exist?
Yes, thank you, Tina. So, Meet the Motivators, Jacqueline Dixon had asked me originally if I would do a program for women out there for AI. And that's not uncommon nowadays. Everybody wants a course on AI. And what I wanted to do was create something a little different. And I wanted to help women not just take a course and learn about one specific tool, but go through the entire flow of understanding why we're using the AI, what are the pros and cons, what are the, like, how do we govern it, how do we impact biases in the data, and how does their voice become a voice within AI? Because the other thing that is very clear to me is that sometimes AI can be extremely biased because people are biases. If we look at the environment and who's our leadership, who's sitting at the top, why are seatbelts made, why things
Yeah.
are very centered around a certain type of individual.
Yeah.
So
And
in order,
you spent a lot of time talking about that during the program, which I think was great, and it opened people's eyes, mine included. So, yeah.
right,
Good
because
catch.
if we're going to have automated agents out there working on our behalf, we have to make sure that our voice, our differences, our uniqueness is not lost. So that was the first part of the program. I wanted that any woman, especially because Meet the Motivators also works with women who've gone through, some women who've gone through domestic situations, immigrant women, women who are coming out of tough times, and everyone else, right? But the program is designed for women. I wanted them to feel like their voice mattered in the room, regardless of their technical capacity. The second thing is I wanted a course that could show the journey from not knowing anything and really give them a goal so that they could strive for it, even if it felt overwhelming in the beginning. And then the third thing that I wanted to accomplish was a competition, not for who's best, but for people to strive to put their best foot forward and do something that really mattered. One of the great thing about female leadership is that we tend to want to help community. We want to make things better as well as make profit. So the goal was for these women to look into what was important to them. How could they have impact, drive impact, but also think about money, because money is very important as well. As women, we need to have the financial independence to make the decisions we need, and to contribute back to society. So I didn't want it just to be, how do we change the world for others? I want it to be, how do we change the world for others and ourselves and become financially independent and think of this as a business? Thus, the leadership and the founder mentality, getting people to create an app that they could then take to market, change them from women who didn't know anything about technology to women who became business founders and owned an app.
Entrepreneurs, exactly. Now, I think one of the things that made this program so powerful was the format, and you just spoke about it in more details. But I was just thinking that it was very interestingly designed in a sense that it wasn't just about learning the theory behind AI. The participants were actually challenged to build an app from scratch and present it in an innovation challenge, which I thought was very brave, especially knowing the audience was non-technical. And I've always wanted to ask you, how did you come up with that idea, and what made you decide to include that contest element into the program? What did you hope it would unlock in the participants?
When you believe in people, when you give them an opportunity, they can rise and do things that they can't even fathom. And I got a lot of pushback. I got a ton of pushback on if people will even show up, if they'll want to do the contest, if that was too much because these women hadn't done it before. And on contest presentation day, I'm so proud to say that we might have had half of the class say they were going to present. And on presentation day, everybody in the room presented.
Yeah.
And one of our attendees was out of the country and sent her daughter to present her app.
Yeah.
So that shows you that it pushed people to work through their uncomfortableness. What that really means is it pushed the women to push through their fear, and their fear of not being worthy, their fear of not being enough, their fear of not being able to do it, because the tools are there, but they needed to get out of their own way. And so that's kind of why I held strong fast to that concept. And I'm really thankful for the opportunity and sponsorship from my creds so that I could attach some financial payment to it. But it wasn't about the money for these women. All of them seemed just so happy in the end to get up there. And some of them had never spoken in public before.
Right.
And see them talk about their vision. So that's really why I kind of held on to that, is to push past the fear and let them know they belong there.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Thank you, Tara. And now we have two of our attendees here and winners to hear firsthand how they experience the program. So let me ask you, before the TechHer Forward program, what did AI and technology represent to you? How did you feel about it? Jacqueline?
So basically, I knew that I had to jump on the bandwagon because it's coming. But I was afraid because I didn't know anything about it. And it was hearing everybody saying that it's going to take away jobs and this and that. And now, after taking this course, I should say, it's completely changed my view on what AI really is. And I've been an advocate for AI ever since I left my foot out of that door. So I've come home, I've taught my son how to make his own app, and he loves cars. He's making one about teaching people how to repair parts of the cars that
Amazing.
are broken. And he's going to contact part stores and it's just been snowball since that time. And I'm thinking of now developing something in my previous work as a flight dispatcher. Some people have come up to me to say if I'm willing to work with them on developing AI and flight dispatch, and and all the flight dispatchers were all afraid that it's going to take over their jobs. And I'm out there to tell them that it's going to not only enhance your job, it's going to change your job, but in a very, very good and safer way to use AI. So it's just like I've got like a goosebumps because I know what I can accomplish with this. And I had no clue that this was going to ever lead to something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
You
pumped.
start seeing opportunities everywhere, I
Yes,
guess, once you
everywhere,
get.
everywhere. And people think that because I made an app that I'm so much smarter and so much. And I said, you guys can do it yourself as well. Let me, uh, you know, um, put some time out and show you how it can be done. So, so yeah, it's great. It has been a magnificent road so far. So,
It's great to hear. Shagun, what about you?
For me, I work in IT, but guess what? I never used Microsoft Copilot before I walked into this program. I never used it. I just thought it's just a added feature on my Explorer at work, and it's okay if I don't use it. It's fine. And on the day, 1 hour before I walked into this room, I was talking to my husband, I should not go here because it's not for me. I don't think I can really do anything. I was also telling Jacqueline on the way that I was so nervous. Oh my God, I'm from technology, but AI? No, 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 I can't do that. And then my husband said, at least attend it for the first day and see, just go for one session and see. I somehow made time and I went there, and I'm like in the room. I saw Jacqueline sitting across my seat, and I saw Tara walk in. And I said, "Hi, Tara. My name is Shagun, and I work in so and so, but I'm really scared. It's coming for our jobs. Where do I do? Where do I start? I see so many courses. I'm lost. What should I?" And she
Yeah.
could feel all that nervousness inside me, and she was like, calm down. First of all, she gave me a hug and she said that, come here. I was shaking her I mean, I'm doing a handshake, and she's hugging me and she's saying, I'm a hugger, come here. And that was like, oh my God, I think I can do it now. That hug means a lot when someone is struggling, to learn new things. Many people have that problem, even though they've been a professional for their entire life. And that broke one of the walls that I had created for myself. And then she said, calm down and just take this class for one session. Sit through this one session. It will change your mind, it will open up your mind. And it truly did. And because of that, I started a journey now. I'm on a journey where I'm unstoppable in AI discovery. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm the same person before that workshop, and I'm the same person today. Everyone's been noticing me, how fast I've been moving after that one first session that I took. It was for 4 weeks, and it's what true empowerment means, honestly. And you feel empowered now. If I go for interviews or if someone talks to me about AI, I'm like, oh yeah, we can do this, we can do that. Did you know? Did you know this? I taught my daughter how to use apps, how to create apps, and she participated in a University of Waterloo contest, and she didn't win, but she pitched for her own project because she derived this inspiration from her mom, who derived the inspiration from this program. So I really cannot express in words what it has done for me, and it's going to last me a lifetime,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
We're just talking about how it's impacting the way you show up for interviews, for example, after taking this program, and you just had one earlier. Can you talk about that a little bit? Like what's changed in how you approach
Yeah.
these things now?
I was stuck in my roles. I was stuck in the pattern of work that I was doing. And now I'm confidently applying for roles where AI is written. And just before this, if you see, again, it's about data, right? If you see the data of my applications before this program, it's all traditional, old school, where, people have been doing it for past 20 years. And I am in that group. And after this program, you see me jump into a lot higher level of understanding of the fundamentals, like what drives it, how you can use it for your own projects. When people were talking on videos, oh, you know what, to apply for such roles that has AI as a requirement, you need to show a project that you have worked on. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. That's impossible for me. And I have never touched AI. I can never do it. And when today I see those videos, I'm like, oh, I have done it. Yeah. And I
I
can do
have
it
something
again
to
and
show for.
again.
Right?
Yeah. I have a project that I learned how to build from
Yeah.
nothing at all.
Yeah,
No idea, no
exactly.
problem. So step by step, you need a person to hold your hand. And that's what leaders do. That's what leaders do to others to bring them forward. That's what I learned from this program. Thank you so much.
What I just heard from both of you is that there's synergy, but this is also what we do as women. The beauty of women is when you learn something, we are communal. We teach it and we pass it forward, and it has a duplication that replicates throughout our entire ecosystem. So, not only have you taken this information and empowered yourself, but both of you have empowered your children. Both of you are saying that you're using it more and you're talking about it more in your community. And that's really the beauty of when we empower women, what's
Yeah,
possible.
yeah, so true, so true. I cannot believe that I'm the same person. From March and April, there's been a lot of difference in my own growth, in my own thought process, and my confidence. That's all I needed, I think, from someone. It was truly God sent when I got that on Eventbrite. I never thought that I would get a pop up from somewhere. I was just looking for Mississauga programs, and there are so many things happening. And
Right.
this one, I think the poster was also very well designed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Thank
that.
you.
And even the name TechHer Forward. That's
Yeah, it's like
brilliant.
you
Thank
taking
you.
someone forward with you. Take her forward, like take her forward. It meant a
Exactly.
lot. The name itself was truly, I think, that was
Inspiring.
something that got me into this.
And even like being in that room, all the other women were so receptive. Like even down to the volunteers
Yeah.
giving coffee, like they were just beautiful, beautiful people, and it made us. There was a vibe in that room.
Yeah.
Every week that we went there, it was
Me and
wonderful.
Jacqueline were talking. Nobody was judging you there.
No,
No judgment,
no,
even if you don't
immediately.
know anything. And just imagine if I would say to someone that, oh, I have worked in tech for so many years, but I don't know AI. People would start making faces, like,
Mhm.
oh, really, really? But there it was normal. Everyone was on the same
Hmm.
page, right? So that also played a role, I think, in opening up, letting go of my fears. And that was truly, it moved my heart deep inside. I can't express with
And
words.
even on the day of the competition, we weren't really competing.
No.
We were just presenting our own thing, and everybody was encouraging everybody else. It was just so beautiful, really.
Mhm.
It was. One of the things that moved me um, was not just the apps that you two created, but the way you presented them and the way you explained why you created them. So let's talk a little bit about that because I really want to focus and give our listeners an idea of what you built and why you built those types of apps. So can you tell us a little bit about your thought process and what you
You want to
built?
start?
Yeah, I
Go.
can start. So my idea did not start with identifying problem, like they say, go find a problem to solve. Go find a problem that could be used, and many people would use the app. It was
Yeah.
nothing like that. The problem that I saw in that room that day on the first day of workshop was like so many women over there were struggling to find a path, that how can I move forward, how can I get into more better place professionally, where I can become independent. I have so much knowledge, I have done so many things in life, but I had to take a break in between. It could be due to your maternity break, it could be due to taking care of your old parents, or any kind of a career break. But after a period of time, they start to lose that momentum of own confidence, own self confidence. They feel that, oh, the market has moved and I'm not able to catch up. I can't do it anymore. Maybe I should just give up. I'm done. So, this is the problem that I saw in the room with many of the people there. We were talking to each other, socializing. the format again was to socialize with people, to understand what's going on, what are the pain points. That was the issue that I thought could help. That was the issue that I felt that people are facing but not able to express. So I had to give them some kind of a pathway where they could, follow their career path, dreams, but not disclose it with anyone. They could just do it privately in different permutations and combinations and see that which one is actually doable for them. So that was the main idea. I thought that maybe I can help them. They don't have to speak to me, they don't have to speak to a third person, they don't have to disclose their vulnerabilities around their own confidence. They can do it themselves and keep on testing in many different ways to find, what suits me, what not. So I'm giving them a tool to explore. So that was my thought process.
Right.
Love it. Yeah, and your app was called Bloom to help these women bloom, which I thought was
Yeah.
also very fitting.
Yeah.
So yes, so my pathway towards this app, I've always wanted to help women in crisis situations, and I didn't know how I could do it. And this was the exact thing that just fell on my lap that has now enabled me to do this. So so I became a single mother in 2015 with 4 children, and not ever being the disciplinarian in my house, I had to suddenly find resources out there on teaching me how to parent, um, being able to find things for my children to join, and trauma counseling. There's a lot of things that I needed help with, and they were scattered all over the place. And me having to work like normally 12 hours a day, and then coming home super tired, and then having to go on the internet, try to find all these resources, was difficult. And so what I created now is a place where women in crisis can go through, like from the beginning of their crisis situation, while they're in it actually, to finding like resources on shelters, on food banks, and then the app will take you to a different stage now. If once you've been through that, you can now look for therapy for your children and yourself, like connecting resources that are in the community, like the Heal Network and other resources out there. Ontario Works. There's a part of my app that will has the intake form, and maybe just somehow we're going to connect with all the community resources and have it all in one place for mothers. It's basically aimed for mothers by themselves or with children, and I even have an app. The app itself will, once the person puts in their information, the app will choose all the resources for them. So, and there's so many things that I just want to, this gave me the opportunity to really be hands-on and find a way to put all the resources that I was, it's come from like a place of me not having that to now being able to accommodate women that were in my situation and make them be more independent and what can I say, less frustrated, so that they can find everything that they need in one spot.
Well, one of the things I loved about your app is you took your story of not being able to move through all of the frustration of disconnected things that were available to you, and you didn't know how to find them, you didn't know what was out there. You were also going through something and it was stressful for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you took that experience and all of that suffering and you turned it around and you made it into something that could change other women's lives.
Yes.
And I love that your app is no matter where you're at in the journey. So if you're trying to get out of a bad situation, it tells you the steps you need to do. You can enter your data, your ID, so it's there. If you have to leave in an instant, everything is safe online. And then if you're out of that situation, it helps you know where to get support. But then you've taken it one step further with your financial planning, which I really liked, because That's now helping you plan for your future, no matter, even if you only have a little bit now, it's putting in that subconscious mind of that woman that one day you're going to have enough. You're going to have enough to put a little away, and a little will become a lot. And then the last thing I liked about your app was you were smart enough that when they were entering all that information, if someone walked in the room that might have put their safety at risk, it became a recipes page. Like they were looking for
Yes.
dinner
Yeah.
recipes for the kids, right?
Yes.
That goes to show you the power of what you can do when you take something that is not the ideal situation. You might have struggled, you might have hurt, and turn it into empowerment.
And a lot of the women, that's all they have is their phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's mobile. They can take it wherever they want to. So there's also a part in there that's a journal for them. There's music that they can listen to empower themselves. And I've added onto the app now an appointment where they can keep their appointments in order. And also, I've added on also that lot of other features that as I sit down, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this could be something else that I can add on to there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's been a lovely journey, and I'm so grateful to you because this is something I've wanted to do for so long, ever since I've been in that situation, that now this is the way to do it. And now I just need to get funding, get it going, and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, put it
And
out
is it
there.
the same for you, Shagun? Like, are you continuing to work on your Bloom app? Have you added to it?
Yeah, I have published it for review. So I have a lot of people using my career discovery app, and I created the French version as well for Canadian women. And I'm working on, ways to get through the security of the, security levels and the governance,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can make it a very responsible AI app, and it would serve a larger purpose. It could be go global as well, and I just want to get the security and the governance in place so that we're not showing the wrong career directions.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have those technicalities around it. Also, if we want to monetize it, we need to take care that everything is robust and a payment system is set up. So the initial idea that I put through for, monetizing it in some way, to pitch for it or propose it to an investor, is that maybe I can show 10 career options, and let's say we show the first 3 or 4 for free, and the rest comes to their inbox with 99 cents as one payment or something. So also it would also give them places to see where they can go to learn or upskill if they want to. So we can tie up with those organizations, and we can say, mostly it's not non NGOs, they're not for profit organizations who help people upskill when they're facing a lot of trouble in their career growth, especially women who are trying to enter the workforce after a break. So those kind of tie-ups, or those kind of raising money or capital for the app, is something that I'm working on.
You mentioned governance. Sorry, Tina, when we taught you about data governance, were you guys like, what is this data governance she's talking about?
Yeah, look at me today.
Everybody looked at me weirdly,
And
like, you're
look
going
at
to
me
teach them about
today.
data governance?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, what is she talking? This concept, what does that even mean? Like, then after it was introduced to me by Tara and by Tina, I am now volunteering at AIGS, which is AI Governance and Safety of Canada. So that is a group which is vouching and pushing the people at the parliament to get the policies and regulations around AI usage, around AI data sovereignty around it. Look at me. In before this, like, I wasn't even using these words. I don't know what happened to me, but I've completely transformed into a new person after this program. And it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
My husband has seen this growth in me, and the way I talk to people now has completely
Yeah.
transformed.
Yeah. So it's great to see where you've both how far you've come and where you are today. But I'm sure there were times during the program when you were developing the apps and you were faced with new technologies, new ways of working. Neither of you come from a programming or coding background, and all of a sudden you had to learn at least a couple of tools and use them to bring your ideas to life. Was there any moment where you felt overwhelmed or unsure if you could do this? And how did you overcome that to come to where you are today?
So because I knew every Tuesday we had a little office session with you and
A little
or Tara.
huddle.
So I would write down all my questions. Like I would get stuck at sometimes, and I didn't know like how many tokens I would use, and sometimes I used too many tokens. So, and you explained in the end we got to know how everything works, which is and how to prompt, how to ask it certain things that um, and now it's just now I want to go and do like the Harvard course. I'm just like feeling propelled to do more things to learn so that I can get my app to where I want it to be and not really having to rely on too many other people. I can do it all basically myself, which is amazing. It's so amazing.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
For me,
Again.
Tina came on the stage and she was like, "Do you guys know what is vibe coding?" And I'm like, "What? Is this like a party or a vibe? What are we talking about? Vibe coding? What does that even mean?" So then she said, "You go here and you type that this is what I need. Give me a vibe code for." So she was explaining the concept of something called prompting. That was so new. What is a prompt? That word I never heard before, prompting. And then she opened up the interface and it was on the screen. And then there was magic. It was a magic that happened. A code came up. Then she said, "Write me a lovable." Now, lovable has been so amazing. So, write me a vibe code which I can paste in Lovable to develop an
Yes.
app. And it was just, she switched screens and it just created a homepage and
Yeah.
with headlines and things like that. And I was like, what is happening here? This is sorcery. This is not possible. Where have I been all this time?
Yeah.
And it was like a new thing. It's I was a kid at that moment, and like to a kid when you show something, oh, you know what, you can do this
Yeah,
too, magic. And I felt like that was my moment. In that course, the first day, vibe coding, what is it? Truly, truly.
And now when people talk about it, oh well, I know about that.
Now
Oh,
I
nice.
am in a course at MIT on digital transformation using agentic AI. Can
Oh, wow.
like I don't believe myself. I'm not the same person, I'm telling you. I'm someone different. I'm not the same person that I met when I was talking to you about what should I do, where should I start, and she's like, calm down, sit down, take the first class, you'll see. And I'm that person taking classes now on how to applied agentic AI and how to use agents in your organization.
This
I
is true
can't
Amazing.
believe.
empowerment. Really,
And
this is
it's
true
not too
empowerment.
far. I think it was April when we did the course,
Yeah.
right? April, and this is
May.
May.
It's only a month.
This is
What does-
April 2026 to May 2026.
Now,
Yeah.
was there a point where you're like, I'm gonna quit? Like after the first day, like actually take us back even before that. Was there like, I'm not going? You talked about it a bit, Shagun, but was there like, okay, I signed up, but no, I'm not going.
Yeah.
And then once the course started, was there a moment where you were like, yeah, no, I'm gonna self-sabotage myself and I'm gonna let my fear override me and I'm gonna go back home. Was there any of those moments?
When you first mentioned that we had to do our own app, I was like, I don't know about this. So what am I gonna do? But both of you were so accommodating and welcoming, and um, I have a busy life, so I have to pick and choose what I actually attend. But so before attending, I was like, should I really do this? Like I could probably learn this on my own, but no, I couldn't have. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was beautiful. I keep saying that because it just was.
It
So,
just was. So when the thing is that I went into that Sheridan building thinking that I was just doubting myself that why am I even here? I don't want to be here. I don't want to learn this. I don't know because that thing is holding you back, that fear like you talked
yeah.
about, right? So that's holding you back. And in that room I entered and then I'm like, should I just call my husband to pick me up? I'm not feeling it and I don't think I can do it. Then she talked about building an app and it's like everybody felt that.
Yeah, I think
Everybody in the
everybody
room they were
Yeah,
like
you could
like, what
feel
do
it
you
in
mean?
their,
really?
you
What
could
do
feel
you
the
mean build an
energy.
app?
Oh, we
Yes.
felt it. Trust me. She
Yeah.
was like, "They're leaving, Tara. They're leaving."
So people are like, oh, really? Build an app? Never, never, never. No background in HTML,
Yeah,
no web development background. How are you going to build an app? Come on. And
yeah.
then 1 hour after, it was unstoppable for me.
Mhm.
And after that, you have that magnetism, you keep drawing people inside the words that you speak, I'm
Yeah,
telling you. And that kept going and going. And then she came in, that vibe coding, like I talked about, it just started to flow
yeah.
after that. It just started to flow.
And I think the format that Tara chose to have the first session in person so that we could all meet each other, right? It was a room full of women, most of us in the same situation, right? Not really sure what are we doing here? How is this going to pan out,
Yeah.
right? And then, have the contest, the end of the workshop also in person, I think was really impactful. And to hear that you actually got your idea about the app on that first day,
Yeah.
after meeting the women
Who were not sure about
who were
themselves. Yeah.
exactly like that, makes it even even more impactful and important to keep this format, I think,
Yeah, I
going
believe
forward.
so.
I think out of all the things that I've done, besides being hired at Air Canada, this was one of the most impactful things that I've ever done in my life.
Oh, my heart.
I swear,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it's just created like I'm blooming now. I'm like blooming.
Yeah. Blooming. See, that was my core idea. You should
Yes.
feel like you're blooming.
Yeah.
And with that, I myself, actually, I think that app had a role in my confidence as well because I kept using it for testing purposes. I would say I was using it on myself so many times and it was showing me pathways. You can do this, you can do that. And I was like discovering things about myself that, oh, yeah, really? Oh, yeah. So it made
Exactly.
more sense,
And also like not only for I think it's given me the confidence to just be more technical.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Like
not
I
just about
like
AI.
it's I'm finding like okay now why didn't I just figure that out now? Like I don't just leave it to I can't do this. Figure it out. Like go and see how
Hmm.
it
Yeah.
works.
The
Exactly.
only other person who changed me so much was my mom in my life. Trust me. And at this age, I'm 40 plus, I don't want to say that, edit it out. But yeah, at that age, I didn't think that this could be a possibility also, to start a new journey. And
Well, I'm 60. So
so you win.
so no, we
Clear
all win.
winner.
We all
Yeah,
win.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I never thought that about myself. So
What would you say to a woman listening to this podcast who feels the same way you did at the beginning of this journey, unsure about whether her technical skills or her life journey? What would you say to them? What would your advice be?
I would say take the plunge.
show up,
Show up
no matter
and
what.
stick to it. Like stick
People
to it.
showed up from Markham and Whitby to Mississauga.
Yeah.
They did. They show up.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, because I now want to expand my app and talk to women in crisis. This would be the way, whether you're disabled in any way, you can sit at home and build an app and get money. Like, you can just do it at home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to, if you just brainstorm and each woman has her own experience that she can bring to whatever it could be. Look, my son is building an app on repairing cars. You can build an app on taking care of people that are sick and getting the family to look after them. That each family member can put their name on this app and time it to, like there's so much that you can do with this. It's unbelievable, and that you can have it like a nonprofit or a profit or
Yeah,
it's endless the possibilities that you can
right.
do
Can
with
be
this.
something you do for a business or just
Mm-hmm.
as a hobby to help you in your day-to-day life or to help you with your work.
Yeah. Show up and believe in yourself. Tara, you believed in me. That's why I think I could do it. Believing in someone is the greatest gift someone can give. And you gave me that gift.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Remember when we said we are technical and no one in the room wanted to say it?
Yeah.
I am technical. And we tried 3 or 4 times,
Until we got everyone to.
but everybody finally said it, right? I am technical. And I think this is the part of AI that many women need to see is that it is actually an enabler and an equalizer. Before, maybe you had 4 kids at home and you weren't able to go get out and look for a new position, or certain positions didn't fit within your livelihood because maybe you had the children, you didn't have childcare. Maybe you had to run from your home because of a domestic situation. Maybe you're a newcomer and you don't know where to start, and there's language barriers. This is the great equalizer, because if you can learn this, then you can do really cool things with the power of your creative imagination. And you can go back and forth and you can just get your MVP out, right? Do you remember what the MVP was, ladies?
Minimum viable product.
Oh,
It's what Tina taught
Tina's
us.
so proud. She's smiling.
Yeah.
So that's really the cool part about this. And that's what I think really people need to start to understand is let's move away from the fear of AI is going to take our jobs. AI is not taking jobs, it's transforming how we may make money. And think of it as an opportunity. Think of it as more freedom. Think of it as how do I become a founder? How do I enable myself to go out of my comfort zone and press past my limits? And I think that's what you ladies are doing, and I see it, and I honor you, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited to see what's next, and I can't wait, and I hope I'm part of your journey in any way, even if it's just
Absolutely.
a cheerleader on the side, right?
Absolutely. It changed my
Likewise.
mindset from being an employee in a company to a founder. That was also, I think, a major, major shift in my mindset.
And after this, I went to a leading ladies conference where there were women there talking about funding, talking about building your own business, and like this propelled me to actually go there. And I met some incredible women, and so yeah, I'm partnering, like networking with other people out there. So yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, otherwise I would have been really sitting at home and not, if it was not for this program. I'm
Yeah.
so
And now we're exchanging ideas. Oh,
thankful.
did you do this? Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
course is available.
All throughout the way, all throughout the way. Oh my God.
Because now you're creating an additional ecosystem of people who've come together, they've gone through this experience, and then the more people who take the course,
Yeah.
like it will become, those cohorts, you stay friends and you increase your
Yeah,
possibilities.
I got a new identity. Yeah, I think so.
And like Tina, I want to hear from you too. What did this course do for you? Like, let's start with what were you expecting when I asked you, like Sahid from BACG introduced us, and right away I was like, hey, want to do this program? Like, what were
Exactly.
your thoughts?
I was just thinking as you were all talking that I never thought before starting this program that the impact would be far beyond learning people how to vibe code and how to get a bit more technical and gain a few technical skills. Like in my mind, that's what I was thinking. I have these skills. I'm very happy to share them and teach people how to use a couple of tools. But just being present in that room when they presented their apps and being here tonight and hearing about all the positive impact that this program has done for their personal lives as well, and for their children's lives and so on, and their professional lives. It's it's just been the most rewarding experience to be part of it. And thank you so much for inviting me to co-host it with you. And thanks to these beautiful ladies who took up the challenge and really created something beautiful with it.
Thank you.
Was there a point where you were like, I don't think we're gonna get these women to build apps? Like this might be a little too
Non-technical.
this might be a little too adventurous.
From the beginning, there were a few women, Shagun and Jacqueline being amongst them, who were very interested, like from the start. So I knew that there would be, a cohort of women who would really take this as far as possible. And then, I sort of suspect that some wouldn't feel as comfortable. And then there would be that middle ground where, women will try and get somewhere, and then we'll need to help them out and sort of walk them through the journey. So I was very, very encouraged by them showing up in our little cohorts and huddle sessions on Tuesdays and asking questions. And I could really see that they've been thinking about this. They've been thinking about the app, the idea. They've been trying things out with Claude Code and with Lovable, and they would come in with really interesting questions, not just about the technical things, but also the idea about their app, like how would they monetize this, who would use it, how do they protect people's data, how do they make sure everything is secure, which was really fascinating to see. That is why we're here today. I think this was such a rewarding experience, and I think it really deserves immortalizing it as much as we can.
Yeah, changing people's lives with just one program is something I don't think many people can achieve it. And you've done it, and you've done it for us. I cannot be more
thank
grateful.
you.
I wanted to show this. This check. This is my reward, and I want to frame it. Oh my God. It's my new life. It's my new identity. I want to frame it. And I cannot forget this day that I received it on 11th April 2026.
I should have kept mine, but I had to put it in the deposit thing.
But yeah, this
awesome.
was truly meaningful for me, and I will never forget. I'm sure my daughter will never forget too, because she knows that how much it changed me, and she's seen it firsthand. She was there on the last day.
I
So
remember.
Yeah,
She's
and
so
Jacqueline's daughter
adorable.
was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter was there too. My daughter was actually crying.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
So you're
Yes.
inspiring generations. You're not just inspiring us, who were there in the program, but look what my daughter learned. She went on to her own competition after that. She felt empowered in a way in that room. So this is the impact. And I think, what more can you ask from one single program, right? Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the
Thank you
podcast.
for having
It's
us.
been a real pleasure having you here and talk about this program. Tara, I hope we get to do it again.
Oh, we're going to do it again
We're
for
gonna
sure.
do it again for sure.
And I want to say thank you, ladies, for believing in yourself, for trying something uncomfortable, for sticking with it, and for pushing past the fear. Because that's, on the other side of the fear, you have to feel it. You don't have to ignore it, but you got to feel it and do it anyways. Because on the other side of the fear, that's where possibility lies. And you both did that. So again, thank you. And I'm so proud of you. And Tina, thank you for trusting me and for coming in and bringing your skill set and teaching the ladies and just showing up 100% every week and on our weeknight,
Office
tutor
hours.
office
Office
hours.
hours. I made sure to attend as much as possible. I was eating up other people's times, but still.
It was great.
That wasn't enough time.
So thank you for that. And I think you had a real impact, and I can't wait to do it again with you.
Likewise. And thank you to our listeners. I hope that hearing about what Jacqueline and Shagun did was just as inspiring to you as it was for Tara and myself. And I hope that their stories can teach us all about the potential of AI. Because after witnessing this program and what they created in just a few short weeks, I believe more than ever that the future of AI, the future of tech does not belong only to people with computer science degrees. It really belongs to people with powerful ideas and people who are willing to show up, like Shagun said, and who have the courage to build something that matters. So until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and claim your space in the future of AI.